In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a community website from scratch. But did you know that community websites can be very difficult to manage, especially if you don't have automation? Let me give you an example here. So let's say you have 20 or 30 members subscribing onto your community every single day. If you don't have automation, that means that you're going to go in and manually set them up each and every time someone signs up. And this could be pretty much more than a full-time job. So what I'm going to show you in this video is how to automate everything. You set it up once and it just works like a machine behind the scenes, making your community website grow. So this is going to be a bit of a long video, but it covers everything. What you're going to learn in this video is enough for you to create your own community website, or even create community websites for your clients or even organizations. So this is really powerful. Now, when it comes to hosting, as you can imagine, as your community website grows, you're going to demand more and more resources on your server. So what I am going to recommend for you is Cloudways. Now, Cloudways is powerful because you can dial up how much power you need from your server as time goes on, and you can see how much resources you're using. So this is the main reason why I'm recommending Cloudways for this example, because if you use shared hosting, then you're going to be in trouble because you might need to migrate that website from a shared hosting account to a dedicated server, and this can be really a pain. And also, to speed up the process of creating this community website, I'm also going to use a startup site. This is going to be based on Divi, but this is going to be absolutely free to you if you purchase Fluent Community using my affiliate link, or if you purchase Divi using my affiliate link. This is absolutely free. It's a complete website. It just cuts down the web design process by about, say, 70%. All right, so let's dive in and let me show you what type of website we're going to be designing in this tutorial. So we're going to start off with this main homepage here. I'll be showing you how to put this together. And by the way, this comes in a starter site, and this works on Divi. I give this to you absolutely free when you purchase either Divi or Fluent Community using my affiliate link. And it is very, very easy to install. And I also show you step by step how to install this. All right, so let's say someone lands on this page and they want to become a member. If they click here on become a member, they're going to be taken to this page here, and this is the membership page. So they have two options here. Either they can go here and pay for the VIP, which is $197. And again, I show you how to set all this up, or they can choose the free membership. So if they choose the free membership, they're going to come to this page where they're going to opt in using their email address. Now, once they opt in, and by the way, this is all happening automatically. Now, once they opt in, they're going to be taken onto this automation right here. So there's two automations that I'll show you how to create step by step. So in fact, let me show you the two automations. This one here is the free members one. So this is how it works. When someone submits their form, a tag is going to be applied, and then the system is going to create a username and password for our member, and then it's going to automatically add them to the space and then send them a custom welcome email. Now, all this is happening automatically behind the scenes without even you doing this manually. But I show you how to set everything all up, and it works. Okay, so back over here. So the next step now is the community itself. Let me show you what it looks like. So when people come over here to the community, you can see here I've already posted a video. I mean, you can add a heart here if you wanted to. You can also respond to that by typing in here. We also have emojis. So, I mean, it's fully functional. There's a lot of things going on here. And I also show you how to create your spaces. So when you come over here, these are the spaces. We have our say hello. This is the free one. You can see on the left here, this is the free membership. And then here we have the actual space. We also have VIP discussions. This is for the paid one. And you can see it over here on the left. So when you click on this one here, you can see, I mean, I've added all the graphics, and when you scroll down, you can start seeing all the content, and the content can also be separated into different groups. So if it's general, you can add it onto the general here, or if you want to report a user, you can report a user here. Perhaps maybe they're abusive, you can add them here. And we can also have our tips here. So as you can see, we can group all our discussions into specific topics. Now, what I also like about this is we also have the dark mode. So if you prefer using dark mode, you can just click on that, and then now you're in the dark mode. So I show you how to pretty much set up all this from scratch, and by the end of this video, you are going to have a fully functional community website. So setting up our account on Cloudways is very, very easy. Let me show you how you can do this. And by the way, you don't even need to pay anything. You can start for free. So over here, I'm going to click on start for free. And then as you can see here, we have a 40% discount. Now I also have a discount code. Link to that is also in the description below. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start for free. So I'm going to start off by entering my details here, last name, and then I need an email here. So it's mac@sitecrafter.com. Now I'm going to need a password. Okay. We're almost done. And then here it says I would describe myself as, so we just need to choose one here. So I'm going to say blogger, and we also have my monthly hosting spending is, I'm just going to say that, and there's a promo code here also selected, but like I said, if you want a discount, I'm also going to have a promo code in the video description below, just in case this offer is gone. All right, so now I'm going to say start for free. It's going to take a moment, and there we go. So it's asking me to update my password. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so now I need to verify my email. So I'm going to come over here in this tab. I'm going to refresh this and see if I got an email, and sure enough, I have an email here. I'm going to go ahead now and click it, and then say login and activate. So it's very important you verify your email, because if you don't do so, then you won't be able to use the service. Okay, fantastic. So right now I'm in my admin dashboard, and it's still loading up, but this is where now I can go in and set up my hosting. Okay, so now let's set up our server. So as you can see, we have different servers here, but to make things easy, I'm going to go with the one I normally use, and it is this one here, the Volta one. And the cool thing about this is you can customize how much power you need on your server. So you can start off with a 2 gig if your website is pretty small and there's no traffic, and then as your website is getting busier and busier, you can beef this up to whatever size you want, and this is very, very easy to do. All right, so here it's on 36 monthly. I'm going to bring it down here to 18 monthly, because I know my site is going to start off very, very slow. And by the way, this is a proper dedicated server, so you are going to get amazing performance from this. All right, so here it's asking me to select my server location. Usually you can get away with this by just leaving it as it is, but because I'm in London here, in Europe, I'm going to choose London, and then pretty much I am good to go. I've selected Volta, and then here on the top you can see it says WordPress version 6.2.2. I guess that's the latest one, and I don't need to verify my phone number yet, but anyway, let's come all the way down here and click on launch for free. So this now is going to build my server. Okay, and then on that server I can go in now and install my WordPress websites, and this is amazing. So if you're a freelance designer, you can set up your server like this, and then you can start adding all your client websites on the server, and then you can charge them whatever amount it is for hosting. This is a very solid hosting platform. In fact, I'll tell you a quick story. There was a time when I was running my website, Funnels to Income, on WP Engine, and it got to a point where I was getting a lot of traffic because I was running a community website on there. And it got to a point where it was using a lot of resources, and I also had some automated emails also happening in the background. So I got an email, and I was told that I had to upgrade my servers, but the upgrade was so expensive. I think it was around between $200 and $300 per month just for that jump, because the initial hosting was pretty okay. It was quite affordable. I think it was $59 at the time, and then it just jumped up to about 300 and something. So at that point I was like, man, I can't really afford this, and it was quite a lot of money for me. That's when I went to Cloudways, and then with Cloudways I could start off low like this, and I could just increase my server size as I needed that, and that for me was very, very crucial. Okay, so our server now has been set and we are ready to go. So what Cloudways does is when you set up your server, it also sets up a blank WordPress website for you. So let's take a look at this. So if I click here on applications, you're going to notice that we have your application here, which is our default WordPress website. If I click on it, it gives us even more information here. So as you can see here, we have our monitoring tools, staging, and application security, and so on. But of course, maybe you want to just take a quick look at it. You can just click over here like that. And this opens up in a new tab, and you can see here that we have a brand new WordPress website. Okay, so at any point, if you want to go back, you can just follow the breadcrumbs here. You can go to all servers, and now you're back to your servers right here. And if you want to get more information about your server, you can just click on here, and this now gives you your IP address, your master username, and so on. And pretty much we are good to go. But like I said, there's a lot of icons here which can direct you to wherever you need to go. It's a very easy to use interface. But in your case, you just need to focus on your server and this tab here for your applications. So at any point, if you want to add a brand new website, you can just click over here where it says add application. You just click on that, and then here you select your server. By the way, you can give your server a name if you want to. But in this case, it's just set as your server. You can click on add application. And now we have several options of what we need to add here. So by default, it's going to be a WordPress 6.2.2. And then if I click on this drop down, we have also more options like multi-site, WooCommerce, and so on. Okay. Over here is where you add your application name. So this is maybe the project that you're working on. So if it's a community website, you can just name it X community website or whatever it is, and then pretty much you are good to go. When you click add application, this is now going to install WordPress on your system. Now let's dive in and let's create our community website. Okay, so we are going to start off by installing our page builder. And in this example, I'm going to be using Divi because it's very easy to use, and I also have a starter site. Now, this is absolutely free if you purchase Divi or Fluent Community using my affiliate link. So those links are in the video description below. All right, so let's go ahead and install this. Now, I already have Divi, so I'm going to go into my members area here and download it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on download the theme. So I'm going to use Divi 4 because this is the stable version at the moment. So let's go ahead now quickly and log in, and it needs my authentication here. So I'm going to add my code. Okay, so you can see here it's downloaded. So the next thing we need to do now is to head over to Cloudways, and we are now going to go into our website and start installing it. All right, so I'm going to open this in a new tab, and you can see here this is blank. But in order for us to work on our website, we need to log in. So I'm going to click here and get my credentials. So what I'm going to need here is to go to /wp-admin like that, and then hit enter. Now for my username and password, I'm going to come over here now and copy it. So this is my admin panel. I'm going to copy that, and then over here, I'm going to go ahead and paste it. And as you can see, now we're logged into our WordPress website. So what I normally do is I like just cleaning up my dashboard here because I don't use any of this information at all. All right, so now with that all set, the next step now is to head over now to appearance, and then we're going to click on themes, and then we're going to say add new theme. Now remember, we just downloaded Divi, so let's go ahead now and upload it. So I'm going to go and click on choose file, and here it is. I'm going to double click on that and then click on install now. We're going to go ahead now and activate, and then I'm going to log in to activate my license, and I think it's going to ask me again for my authentication, so I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. 807-810. Now I do this for just an extra layer of security because there's a lot of information here on my Divi dashboard. All right, so now that everything is all set, the next step now is to install our X community starter site. Okay, so to do that, we're going to come over here now to our downloads folder. Now, once you download it, you're going to see a file called OpenMe X Community. Okay, so you want to double click on that, and then you can see now we have a new folder. So you want to go into that folder, and we have these two files. So this one here is the actual starter site, and then this is our presets. All right, I'm just going to move this over to the left, and then we're going to go now to plugins, and then click on add new plugin. Next, we're going to click on upload because ours is right here on our computer, and I'm just going to drag this one here and drop it. Now make sure your installing the xcommunity.zip. Okay, now we're going to click on install now. Next, we're going to activate the plugin. And as you can see, we have an entry now over here on the left. So you want to make sure you click on that and then you scroll all the way down here to the bottom. Now, I want to show you something quickly. You can see here we have Anti-Spam B. All these are plugins that are installed by default for you. So this one here, Fluent Community, we're going to need that because this is our community plugin. Fluent CRM is for our email marketing automation, and then Fluent Auth is for our login. It's a very good security plugin. We also have Fluent Forms. We have Independent Analytics if you want to take a look at your analytics on your website. But if not, you can just go ahead and disable that. And then we have Shortcut. That's what we're going to use to take our payments if we decide to have a community website which takes payments. Next, we're going to scroll all the way down here until we get to the bottom, and then we're going to go ahead and click on Begin Site Input. Now notice that we have a check mark on Divi. That is because we first installed Divi, but if you don't do that, that's not going to work. Okay, let's go ahead now and click on Begin Site Import. Now this usually doesn't take long. Okay, so it looks like everything is all okay here, as you can see. Fantastic. So all we need to do now is to take a quick look and see if our site has now updated. I'm going to open this in a new tab, and sure enough, we can see that we have our design here and we have our footer. We also have our navigation here. We have our about page. Everything seems okay. Membership, there we go. So we have all this pre-installed for us, and this is why this starter site is very important. It's going to take away a lot of time for us to go in and start preparing our website. So this is a very quick shortcut for us, and it does really help. Okay, so now that we have this, the next step now is to go ahead and delete this plugin. So I'm going to come over here to plugins. We're going to look for X Community. Click on delete, and we don't need this anymore, so it's gone now. Okay, fantastic. So the next step now is to install our preset. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to come over here to pages and then click on all pages. So here we have a list of all the pages on our website. So we need to make sure we go in and select the right pages. So I can see here we have some duplicate pages. I think that's because I installed Shortcut. So let's see what this page looks like, because we might as well go in and delete it. So this is a Divi version, and if I go back to this one here, let's view it. I think this is, oh, they both look the same. Okay, no problem. We are going to go in and delete these. So for now, I am going to go to my presets. So let's go ahead and click on Edit with Divi. Okay, so you see here that these are all our presets, but they're not active yet. Okay, they're not active. So what we need to do now is to click on these three little dots on the bottom here, and then click on this these two arrows, this icon here with these two arrows, and then we want to come over here and click on import. Now what's important here is to make sure you click on import presets. This is very, very important. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to drag this over here, and remember, in our downloads we have a folder. So here it is. We're going to go into X Community, and the presets are here, SK presets. Okay, we are now going to drag and drop it here like that, and then we're going to click on import. So there we go, we've imported everything, and you can see now that this has changed. Our button here has changed, our text here has changed, and so on. So what we need to do is to just go in and activate our preset as we build our site. So I'm going to start with this one here. So in fact, you know what, why don't we come over here to the home page so we can see what is happening. So you can see here nothing has changed in terms of how our site looks like. And then so what we need to do is to come over here. So you notice that we have SK text responsive fluid. Now this is our fluid text. With this, you never need to go in and adjust all our font sizes and so on. I mean, this is all done for you because these fonts here are all fluid. Okay, they change based on the screen size. So at the moment here, this is not the default. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it and then click on the star and then say yes. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to do. The next thing we need to do is to make sure our buttons here are consistent throughout the whole website. So again, I'm going to click here on this button and then click on this drop down, and you can see that this one here is active here, but it's not the default one across the whole website. So again, like we did before, you highlight it and then you click on this little star, and then all our buttons across our website are going to have that. So just come back to this page here and activate, as and when you need any item updated. Okay, so now that we have this, if we come back now to our page, our home page, and refresh, you're going to notice now that we now have our text. It's the right size, and then our buttons here are the proper ones. Now over here on the blurbs, this is not the style that I created, so let's go ahead and fix that by coming over here to enable Visual Builder. Okay, so we're just going to scroll down here quickly, and we're going to go into this blurb setting, and then I'm going to come over here and activate my style, and it's style 1. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. Now notice that this time around I haven't added it as the default. Okay, I just activated it because sometimes you may want to use these blurbs on different parts of your website. So again, let's do the same here. I'm going to click on this gear icon, come over here to the top, and I'm going to select this one here, save that. And then finally, we have this one here. Come over here to the top, select it, and we're done. Okay, so on the next part here, we have the images. Now the images also have some rounded corners. So we are going to make sure all our images on our site have that preset. So I can see here we don't have the preset, but it's okay. If we don't have the preset, you can create your own. So let's go ahead and stylize this and then create our preset. So we're going to come over here now to design. And we're going to come all the way to the border here and set this to 2 rem as our borders. And then on the top here, I'm going to say create new preset from current styles, and then we can just name it. So I'm going to call this SK image or images, and then I'm going to assign this to default. Okay, so this is just the same as adding that star onto our presets. So if I come over here, you're going to notice that the star now is on the preset that we've just created, and it's called SK images. Okay, so pretty much this is all we need to do. The next step now is to go in. In fact, you know what, before we do that, why don't we go through our site here and make sure that everything is working okay. I'm going to save and exit and take a look and see how the about page looks. Okay, so you can see here, this is our about page. Our text here is fine. Okay, that's excellent. So for our membership here, we have our options, become a member. This should take us to a page for the free membership, which is brilliant. Okay, so next we're going to come over here. In fact, we haven't created this yet, so let's wait on that. Now let's take a look at our blog. So here we still need to go in and add our preset for that, but everything else seems okay. And then finally we have our contact and our login. Okay, so right now we're logged in, so we won't see the form. Okay, so it looks like everything is in place and everything looks great. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the dashboard, and now we need to go in and install the plugins that we need. So over here, if I click on installed plugins, we're going to see our Fluent Community plugin, and you notice that over here on the bottom it's already added as an entry. So what I'm going to do now is to install the pro version, because we're not going to waste time with the free version because it's limited in features. And by the way, I have a link to the pro version in the video description below. They have a lifetime license, so make sure you go ahead and grab that. All right, so I'm going to come over here now to my downloads, and we have Fluent Community Pro over here. All right, so I'm just going to bring this over to the left, and we're going to click on add new plugin and upload it. Okay, so again, I prefer just dragging and dropping. So I'm just going to come over here, Fluent Community, drag and drop it like that, and then click on install now. All right, now let's activate it. So all we need to do now is to go ahead and add our license key. Okay, so my license key here is valid, and it's also activated. So I can now go back to settings. So over here, we have several tabs which can enable us to go in and do some customizations. So I want to start with portal settings. So here we have the title. So just capitalize the C. So we can upload our logo here if we need to, and the dark mode and also the light mode. And over here we have our default image. So let's go ahead and add it. So I'm going to open my downloads folder here. All right, so I'm going to open, and let's find our image. Now for this to really work, you need to have downloaded the image or created it ahead of time, because that way it just makes things easier for you as you design your website. So I think it's this one here. So I'm going to right click, and in fact I'm going to hit Command I just to check my dimensions here. And right, so we also have our portal settings. So I'm going to leave this for everyone, And for my login URLs, I'm going to leave that as it is as well, and then click on Save Settings. Now notice that over here to the left is where I can do all my customizations. So for now, I'm going to hit back, and we can see now that our website is all set, and we also have our navigation here on the top. So I'm going to show you in a moment how to, how to sort that out. Okay, so if at any point you want to go back to your settings and start making all your changes, all you need to do is to click over here on settings, and this takes you back, and this is where now you can start customizing this. Okay, so we have our customizations. I'm going to leave this as it is. Show icon on header menu items. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm going to save that. And then if you want to add managers, this is where you'd go in and add your managers. And then here is your email settings. Now that's going to be the last thing I'm going to work on, because right now I need to go to space and groups. So by default, you can see here we have our main group that's set. And at any point, if you want to see your groups, in fact, why don't I open new 2 tabs here so you can see what is going on. All right, so you can see we have a get started here. That's your main group, and then you have start here. So this is where people can go in and start posting, or you can also say hello. So we need to go in and create our own. So first thing we're going to do here is to create a group. So the name you're going to give your group is pretty much up to you. So I'm going to call this free membership, like that, and it's asking for a slug. I'm going to go in and paste that, and that's going to be my group description. I know I'm being lazy right now, but let's go ahead and create. So notice that we have this group now called free membership. Now it's very important that you follow these steps that I'm doing here, because it can be a bit confusing. So first of all, I'm going to go in and delete this. You cannot delete this group with spaces. Okay, so I need to delete the spaces first, I think. So I'm going to click here, click on the drop down. Oh, I can't do that either. Okay, all right, no problem. So we created our main group here. I'm going to drag it to the top, and this is going to be the order that is going to be shown over here on the left. So if I go ahead and refresh this, you're going to see now free membership is on the top. So if you want to add all your groups now, you can either click on this plus button here like that, and then you can start adding your groups like that, or you can do it the long way, and that is to come over here and create it that way. So far we have our group. So what we need to do is to go into the actual group itself. So let's go back to our settings here. Okay, so we have our space groups. Okay, so on our space groups here, there's a few things that you may also need to do. If you want to go in and expand your description, you can always go in and do that, and then click on update. All right, so as I mentioned, the easiest way to do this is by coming over here, hovering over the group that we've created, and then we add our space. Now the other way to do it is to come over here to the navigation itself and click on spaces. Okay, so as you can see, we have these two. The say hello is this one, and then this one here is start here. Okay, which is that one there. So we can go into this one here like that, and we can delete it by coming over there to the top. And then to confirm to delete, I just have to type in delete. I guess we really have to confirm this, because once you do this, it is, oh, the verification doesn't work. Oops, let's try this one more time. Delete. Okay, so I guess it needs to be in caps like that. Okay, so that's gone. And let's say we want to get rid of that one. Again, we can come in here, hit delete. It says, are you sure? Then I can now hit delete and confirm. Okay, so now if we want to go back to our spaces now, we can go to space groups. And now remember, we had this get started one. If we want to delete this now, we can go in and delete it, and now it's gone. So now we're left with our free membership, and now we can go in and start adding all our spaces in there. Okay, so to do that now, we're just going to go back home, and we can click on spaces, new space. And this is going to be a discussion space. And you can see here we have an option for a course as well. We're going to go next. So our discussion space here is going to be, maybe we could say hello like that, and I'm just going to add the slug, and the description is introduce yourself. But of course, you can be creative with this as well if need be. And here it's asking if the privacy, so we're going to leave it private. But if you want to make it public, any member can view posts without joining, but only members can create the post. So if you hover over here, it'll tell you pretty much what needs to be done. Okay, so over here we have our menu group. And remember, this is under free membership. So we're going to go ahead and select that and then click on continue. Okay, so it's asking here timeline or list. I'm going to leave it on timeline, and we can upload our image for this group here. Now, I don't have any images made yet. So let me see if I can just add an image here, but without the actual correct size. But of course, you need a recommended size. But I'm not sure if this is going to work, so let's go ahead and try it out. Okay, it worked. So that's brilliant. But ideally, you want to make sure that you're adding the right size. So we have all our graphics now. I'm pretty happy with that. So, okay, it looks like this is saved. Okay, so now if we come over here to spaces, you can see here our space is active and it belongs to the free membership. Now, for the VIP membership, we can also create another space group. So let's head over back. And we're going to go to space groups, and this one here now is going to be for our VIP members. VIP members, like that. And we're going to need our slug and group description, and then we're going to hit create. Okay, so with that now, we are going to add also a discussion onto this. So let's go back, and you can see it's added here. We can either click on this plus, but this time let's click on this plus button because before we did it over here on the top. So now we're going to click on this plus button, space, discussion space, next, and we're going to give this a title. So let's call this VIP discussions. Okay, we're going to copy that, paste, and this is going to be our description as well. This is private, members only. Let's go hit, okay, we need a photo for this as well. So let's go ahead and upload. So do we have another nice photo here? Okay, let's just go with this one here. How about that? Double click, create. Okay, that looks great. Now we are going to go back to our feed. So you can see here, there is nothing happening here, and that's because I haven't posted anything. So now we have a free membership. We also have VIP members. So these are two groups which are totally separate. I can add as many spaces as I need in here. So this could be VIP discussions. This could be trips. This could be, I don't know. I mean, you can just add as many as you want. So with this now, it's important that we go in and create our menu here, because so far we don't have a way of navigating to our main website. This is within our main sort of profile. But before we do that, I just want to come over here and complete my profile, because as you can see here, I don't have an image. I don't even have a cover. So let's go ahead and find a cover for that. And for our cover, let me see if I have any images. I'm just going to use this one here. Double click on that. And that's going to be my cover. So at any point, you can always go ahead and remove it. And then here as well, you can upload your image. And let me see if there's any images here and how it's going to look. Okay, that looks great. It's very, very easy to set up. So over here now, you can add your name. So I'm just going to go ahead and say Mac. Okay, and I can add my bio. My bio goes here. Okay, so over here, I can add my social media links, and then I can mark this as verified as well. And pretty much I can go ahead now and click on Save Changes. Okay, so my profile now looks much, much better. So let's go back and do a few more customizations here, because it's very, very important. So I'm going to go to settings. So the menu here is what I really need to make sure is set. Right, so what I'm going to do is on this tab, I'm going to go back to WordPress. You can see I'm doing it by going all the way to the bottom here. So the first thing I'm going to need is just to open this site in a new tab so I can see all my links. So I'm going to go in and copy the first link here, and that's going to be my home. So I'm going to come over here and click on add new link. So this one here is going to be my home, and then over here is going to be the URL. Now I can also add some SVG icons here, but we're not going to do that yet. Let's go ahead now and save. So you notice now we have a home here. I'm going to drag it all the way to the top like that. So we have home, feed, spaces, blah, 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 blah. All right, so let's save this so I can show you what that looks like. So on this menu here as well, I'm going to need the community tab. It's very important that we have that. So let's go back, and this is my main community link. Okay, so now in WordPress, we're going to come back and go to dashboard, and then we're going to come all the way down here to appearance and then click on menus. So on the menus here, we're going to go to custom links, and then I'm going to set this as the community portal, and we're going to call this community. Okay, add to menu. So this makes it easier now for us to get to our menu. I'm going to go ahead now and save. Okay, so now we can preview this by coming over here to our site. Okay, so you notice that when our members now are using our website, or visitors to our website come over here, they can now directly go to community, and boom, now they're in the community. They can see pretty much everything that's happening on our community website. Now, if I click on home, it's going to now take me to my home page. Now, do you see how easy this is? This is brilliant. So now back here on the community, we have our spaces. So you can see here we have say hello. We also have VIP, but this one here is private. This one here is public. Okay, so that's very important. If we wanted to add our courses, we can add them over here, but we're not going to bother with that for now. In this example, we're going to be just creating our community website. Okay, so this is where you'll see the list of all the members, and then if you click here, it'll show you the profile and so on. We also have the leaderboard, so you can see how people are communicating on the website and how active they are. And the more active they are going to get some points, and they'll have these badges. Okay, excellent. So I can navigate now my site easily. Okay, so let me go back to my feed here, and let me just show you quickly how easy it is to add our information. So I'm going to go in and say, hello world, and then you just write something here. My name is Mac. Okay, like that. So I can post this. Oops, I have to select the space. So you can either go in the free membership and post it there like that, and then people can give it a heart. They can also start commenting here. They can add an emoji. So you can see here it has quite a lot of features. And if I wanted to, let's say, for example, set up a poll, I would come over here and set up my poll by giving it a title, description, and then this would be the first choice, and so on. Okay, so there's a lot of features within the timeline itself, which is fantastic. All right, so now that we have this, we just need to link a few things. So we want that when someone signs up on our website for the free membership, we want them to be automated into the whole system. Now, this is where things are going to get very, very exciting. Right, the next part we need to work on now is the automation that when someone clicks on this Become a Member button, they're going to get to this page right here. So this is a free membership. So we want that when they click on Become a Free Member and they get to this opt-in, when they enter their email address and click on subscribe, we want to automatically add them to the group. So how do we do this? Well, you see, Fluent Community works really well with Fluent CRM. Fluent CRM is an email automation software by the same company that has made Fluent Community. So I want to show you the integration and how to set it up. So first of all, let's go ahead and install the Pro version. Now, of course, this part is optional. If you don't want to do the automation, it's up to you. But in my opinion, the automation is very, very important. And I'm speaking from experience because when I was running Div University manually, so you can imagine when someone signs up, you have to manually go make sure that they're added to the right group manually. That can take a bit of time, to get all that working, and sometimes you forget, and it just takes a lot of admin time. So ideally, it would be nice if we could automate this whole process. All right, so what we're going to do, so far I think we have the base Fluent CRM software. So we need now to download the Pro version. So I have a license for it, and I think I've actually downloaded it. So let's go ahead now and go to our plugins and then click on Add New Plugin. So we're going to come over here to Upload, choose File, and here it is, Fluent CRM Pro. I'm going to double click on that and then click on Install. So this just gives us extra functionality, and it has a ton of features. I mean, we can even use tags to automate our system. Now we're going to click on Activate Plugin. Okay, so with that activated now, we also need to add our license key. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to say, in fact, you know what? We might as well go in and do some basic setups here. It's always a good idea. So let's click on Let's Go. Okay, so it's asking for our business here. So I'm going to call this Mac Community like that, and I'm not going to bother with the street. I mean, that's fine. Now, this part here is very important. So we need to create our email lists. So the first one here is going to be our free membership. Okay, so that's our free membership, list, and we also need the VIP membership as well. So you'll see in a moment why this is very important. Our slug here is free membership. Okay, fine. So we have our email lists now. Let's go ahead and click on next. So here we need a tag. So we want that when someone signs up, we give them a tag, because this is the tag that we can use to automate other things later on. So our first tag here is going to be free member, and our second tag is going to be VIP member, like that. Okay, great. Now we can go and click on next and help us share Fluent CRM to become better. Okay, let's do that and complete the installation. Okay, so it's asking us here to import contacts, but I don't need to do that. I'm going to go straight to my dashboard. Okay, so now that I'm here at my dashboard, we need now to activate our license. So I'm going to come all the way down here to settings and license management. And this is where we can paste our license key. Okay, so our license key has been activated. Fantastic. So here's how this works now. So we have a form that we created using Fluent Forms. We are using the free version here. So we have Fluent Forms, and you're going to notice that we have two forms. We have the contact form, and we also have the subscription form. So we might as well go in and rename this. So we're going to go to edit, and let's call this free membership or free member, like that, and then click on rename. Okay, great. So it's very important that we rename it like that. And then over here on the settings, we can redirect to a specific page, but that's not the important thing right now. Or if we want to make this a double opt-in, we can also do that by, in fact, double opt-in is a pro version. So you might need a pro version of Fluent Forms, but this can actually work if you're on a budget and you just want to set up things with a minimal budget. Okay, so we've set our form now. It's time now to go to our automation. So we are going to now go to the dashboard first, so you can see this is our main dashboard. So what we need is automations. Okay, so here, let's start with a brand new automation, and we are going to create this from scratch. So I'm going to click here, and this automation is for free members. Okay, so it's just always a good idea to label this correctly. So how does this get triggered? That's where the question is. Okay, so you need to be doing this as if you're speaking. So I'm going to say, okay, this is free member, and I want this to be triggered when someone sends a form submission. Now remember, we have a form that we created. So I'm going to come over here. So this is free members, and over here we can now look for our form. Now remember, I call this free member. This is the form that I created in Fluent Forms right here. Okay, right. So the information we are collecting here is just the email. So I'm going to come over here and make sure the email is matching. Okay, and then we're going to scroll down here, and pretty much we are good. Okay, so that's how it's going to be triggered. So when someone fills in the form, this is how it's going to trigger this whole automation. So what are we going to do next? We're going to click on this plus button, and we are going to apply a tag. Now remember, we created a tag already. So our tag, if we click on this drop down, you can see here it says free member. Okay, so that's the tag we are going to apply to any subscriber that fills in the form. Now, after the form is the tag is applied, what do we need to do next? Well, we need to add them to our community automatically. Okay, so we're going to come over here and we're going to scroll down. Look at that, add to space. This is very important. So we're going to click here, add to space, and remember, we have our spaces in here. We have say hello, we have the VIP discussions. So we're going to set them to the say hello one, okay, because that's the free one. The VIP discussion is for the VIP members. Okay, so with that selected now, it says send WordPress a welcome email for new WordPress users. Okay, so that's also good. I'm going to click on save. Okay, so now that we have these three steps, in between this step, after we add the tag, we also want our system here to create a new account for this user, because remember, they have to log in with their username and password. So can you imagine trying to create this manually for every single person that signs up for the free membership? It wouldn't work. So thankfully, we can automate this process as well. So I'm going to scroll all the way down here, and I'm going to say create a WordPress user. You see that? And we're going to leave the user role as subscriber. And we also want to generate this email automatically, okay? Because we don't want to generate the emails for them. And then over here for username, I'm going to leave it as blank because here it's optional for me to, choose what I need to add in here. And pretty much that's it. So here, this is very important. User notification. Send WordPress user notification email. This is the email that has the username and password. So it's very good that we check this and then click on OK. Has this worked? What is happening here? Have I missed something? Save settings. Okay, so now that's been saved. Fantastic. So what's going to happen now is when someone fills in the form, they're going to get a tag, and then over here they're going to WordPress is going to create a brand new user and then add them to the space. Now, we can also add them a custom email. So we're going to come over here and say, welcome to the membership. Right. So you can, this is the email subject. And then here is where you can add your welcome email. Okay. I'm not going to go ahead and type all this, but you also need to add the title. So we want to say hello, and then we can start typing. Okay. So that's going to be our welcome email and save. So all these 4 things are going to happen. In fact, 5 are going to happen when someone just fills in the form. Just imagine that. Isn't that amazing? So what we're going to do now is to test and see if this process is going to work. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head over to my site here. Now you can see here in the hello thing, there's just me, Mac. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go home and then I'm going to say become a member. We're going to go for the free one. I'm going to enter my email. So it's mac@sitecrafter.com. Okay, next I'm going to hit subscribe. So now it's saying thank you for your message. We'll get in touch with you shortly. So if this process has worked behind the scenes, this should go ahead and add me to the group, blah, 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 and also send me an email with my username and password. So let's check quickly if I got that email. So we're going to go to Gmail here and let's head over to Mac@Sitecrafter. There we go. Okay, so I haven't received the email yet. I know why. We haven't set up SMTP. That's one of the most important steps. Okay, so let's head over back and let's go to our spaces. It should be in here, or the other way we can check is to come over here to members. And in fact, let me check the automation first. If that has worked, we're going to go to Fluent CRM and then we're going to go to dashboard. Now, do you know why it didn't work? Silly me. This is set at draft. This needs to be activated over here. Okay. So once it's activated, then it's definitely going to work. I was beginning to wonder why this is not working. Anyway, let's do this process again. I'm going to go back. Let's go to the home page, become a member. We're going to go for the free member. So let's do this one more time. Subscribe. Okay. Now I know my SMTP is not set up, but that I am going to show you how to do. Did we get an email? No. Okay. That's because of the SMTP, but our automation should have worked now. So let's head over and see how the automation is going to work. So I'm going to come back to the home page, go to my dashboard, and then I'm going to go to Fluent CRM and go to dashboard. Okay, so now automatically it has added me. I can see that by just looking over here. And if I want to go to the contacts, I can go to all contacts and I can see Mac@Sitecrafter has been added. So what I'm really interested in here is to see if my automation worked. And sure enough, you can see here my automation worked and we have one person there, which is me. So I need now to go to the reports. So I'm going to click here and view reports. Okay. So far, all the reports have completed. You can see here, add a tag, create a WordPress user, add to space, and so on. Okay. And if we click here, you can see the whole breakdown of what has happened. It's completed. Fantastic. So now I want to go and check and see if I'm added to the group because that's important. So we're going to go back. In fact, let's go to this tab here, community. So if I come now to the say hello, this is where I'm supposed to be added. I'm just going to go to my members here. And sure enough, Sitecrafter is there. Mac@Sitecrafter is there. Isn't that cool? If I go to my spaces here, you can see over here on the say hello one, we have 2 members. And if we view the space, you can see here, I can go in and start, typing whatever I need to type. But the most important thing here is user has been added automatically and they've been added to the correct group or space, and all this is automatic. So you can imagine if 100 people go in and start registering on this page, they are going to be added automatically, and that's the important part. Okay, so this automation was for the free membership. What about paid membership? So for this now, we can set up shortcuts here. So let's start off by creating a new store, and I'm going to leave the branding color as it is. And is there next? Okay, I just need to move myself here and click on continue. All right, so start from scratch is what we need to do. And okay, we're going to just use that as my email. But in fact, you know what? Let's do mac@sitecrafter.com. Continue. So it's now setting up my store. Now I'm going to show you something really cool here, because I can also automate this process of the paid members as well. So this is very important if you're running a massive community. You don't want to be doing all these things manually. It doesn't work. I mean, it's going to take you ages. You know, it will really stress you out. And this is the problem I used to get when I was setting this up with my old system before. It used to be all manual, and this doesn't work. I don't know why this is taking so long. Usually it's fast. Should I refresh this? Let's try. Okay, we have an error. Let's go back to shortcut, dashboard. Okay, we're going to complete the setup. Okay, you know what? We're not going to complete yet, but I can see here that it's asking for my details. Okay, I might as well just add them then. Okay, Mac. And I'm going to add my password here. All right, sign up. And it's free, by the way. I'm going to save the password. And okay, there's a verification email that needs to come to me. So let's head over to Mac@Sitecrafter. And here we are. Verification email. I'm going to verify it here. And pretty much we are good to go. So this is the dashboard on shortcuts. Okay, so let's go back. Too many tabs open. Okay, I'm going to close all these tabs because I'm getting confused with all of this. All right, so we're just going to go back to our dashboard here, and let's go to our dashboard for shortcuts. Okay, so I've verified everything here, so that should be good. All right, so what we need to do next is to create a product. So we're going to come over here to products and add new. So for this product here, we're just going to call it lifetime member or VIP member, VIP membership, or VIP member. All right, so we're going to click on create. All right, so we can add a description, an image. So here, let's just say VIP member. I mean, I'm just being lazy now because my typing is weird because my keyboard is right here and my mic is in the way, so I can't really type very fast. So what did we say our pricing was for our VIP? Let's go back and see. Visit site and become member. Okay, $197. Okay, so it's a one-off payment of $197. So I'm going to add my price here, and for my price I'm just going to say one time, and then over here it's going to be $197. In fact, the name here is VIP member. I think that works better. VIP membership or member. Okay, so let's create the price, and pretty much that's it. It's a digital product or digital service. I don't need to do any tracking. I've got no integrations I need to add here. In fact, yeah, I don't need any integrations, and I don't need to use licensing. So pretty much that's it. You know, I'm done. I'm going to hit save and publish. What's happened now? Let's refresh this again. All right. So here we have our instant checkout. So what we're going to do is we're going to click here on published. Okay. It's important we do that. We're going to coupon code just in case in the future you may want to perhaps, you know, give them a discount. But anyway, let us now copy this link. We're going to copy the link. Oh, why is it error? Okay, let's view the page. In fact, you know what? Have we saved this? Let's save. I don't know what's happening here. If it goes blank, but okay, VIP member, edit. So for this, we don't need to, we don't need the complete. Okay, it's published now. Let's copy the URL. I don't know why I'm getting this error message, but anyway, I'm going to copy it manually, and let's see. Okay, great. So this is the page. I haven't added my email address. I haven't added my image and the description here, but of course this is the checkout page. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to attach that checkout to this button here. So we're going to enable the visual builder here, and then we are going to go to this button and go to the link, and then paste my link in here like that, and then save changes. Okay, brilliant. So that's saved. I'm going to save this page and exit the visual builder. Okay, great. So if I click here now, this should take me to the payment page. Look at that, $197 VIP member, and coupon code. Now you can see I don't have PayPal, I don't have Stripe, because I haven't gone in and set it all up. Okay, but if I were to set it all up, it will just show up over here. Okay, so anyway, so we have our 2 pages now. This one here goes to the free membership, which is that, and if I come over here, this goes to my payment page, which is brilliant. But what's missing here is we need now to automate this process for the VIP membership, because this part here is also very important. So I'm going to come over here now to the dashboard, and I'm going to now head over to Fluent CRM, and we need automation. Okay, add new automation. So for this one here, we are going to start from scratch, and you notice now we have shortcuts. Do you see that? Isn't that amazing? So we want that when the payment goes through and it's successful, this is what's going to trigger our automation. So I'm going to select that and then click on continue. So now it's going to target our product, and our product is VIP member, because remember we created it as VIP member. Okay, and here it says restart automation. No, we don't need that. So when shortcut order is successful, we are going to set this to VIP member as the product. Click on save, and then over here now we can start adding our automation. So the first thing we need to do is to apply a tag, and remember we have a VIP tag here. I'm going to select it like that. Great. The third thing we're going to do is we are going to create a WordPress user for this customer or for this member, and send WordPress username notification. Okay, great. I'm going to hit save, and then after that we are going to add a tag, and this tag is going to be VIP member, and then we're going to save. Now if you want this tag thing to be way up here to the top, oh, we've added a tag already. What am I doing? Okay, good. Let's go ahead and delete it. At least now you've seen how you go ahead and delete it. Okay, so we've applied the tag, we create a user, and now we need to automate taking them to the right community. So I'm going to click on space, and on our spaces here, VIP discussions. I'm going to hit save. Now send WordPress welcome email for new WordPress users. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. But of course we know if it's added here, we don't, it will ignore that. Okay, so we've added them to the space, and how about a welcome email? So we're going to click on send custom email, and this is going to be welcome to VIP. And then over here is where you can now say hello, whatever first name. And by the way, if you want to automatically add the first name, you come over here to our shortcodes here and first name. Click on that. So it will replace this code. It's going to put the first name of the member in this place. So it's customized. Okay. And then you can start your email here like that. So once you've done that, pretty much you're good to go. We can now come over here and save settings. So these 3 things, or I keep on saying 3. Anyway, these steps here, 5 of them have been created, and it's all automatic. So you don't need to do anything. The next time you log onto your website, you're pretty much going to go in and just head over to where the action is, which is the main community. So let's just go back to our site here. Okay, so now when you go to our community, this is where you're going to see people posting stuff, you know, whether it's videos, whether it's just texts, images, you name it, it's all going to be here. So as you can see, this is really easy to set up. Now I want to go through a few other things that you may want to change on your website here. So we're going to come back here to our settings. So first of all, I want to talk about the dark mode. So here you can choose dark mode, and pretty much everything is now in dark mode, and you can work in this dark mode if you wanted to. But I prefer light mode. So the first setting I want to talk about here is the colors. So you can come over here and customize all your colors. So you can use, you know, these pre-made colors here. You can see my button here is updated right away. So let's say I want to go with that. I can just select it, or you can go custom, and then you can start adding specific colors for your website. So I'm going to leave this blue as it is, hit save, and already I've just customized that. Okay, so let's exit. Now there's a few more things we can do here as well. We have our email settings, we have our features and add-ons. Now look at this. We have the community chats. So if we install this, we can allow our community members to chat, within the whole system. So there's discussions, and now we can add chat so they can chat amongst themselves, which is fantastic. You don't have to pay extra for that. So Fluent CRM is installed, Fluent Forms is installed, which is brilliant. And what we need now is Fluent SMTP. But this process now, I will show you in another video, because this is quite a lengthy process, because you need to set up Amazon SES, and this is what controls all our emails, and it is very, very easy to use. Okay, but the video will be very long, okay, because this takes quite a bit to set up. All right, then we have Fluent Support. Now, if you want to add support to this, you can also add support, so that when your members want to ask you questions, they can come in and ask you questions, and you can see this through a ticketing system where you can see open tickets and close the tickets and so on. So this is also an option, also made by the same company that made Fluent CRM and Fluent Community. So that's brilliant. Okay, so we also have privacy settings here. So who can view all members page? So you can decide who can view all the members page here, and users can change their community username. They can also do that if you want to, set it all up. It's all up to you. So now we are left with, we've created the community. We are left now with the courses, but let me leave the courses on another tutorial, because this is going to be way too long, and I don't want you sitting for ages going through these tutorials. So let's wait for that for another video. I'll show you how to do the courses, but it's pretty straightforward how to set it all up. Okay, so now that we've done that, did I mention that you can set your managers here? So yes, you can set your managers here. You can just click here to add a manager, but the manager here has to be a member or a WordPress user already in here. So you can see I have these two. I can add Mac add SiteCrafter here, and then I can say space admin, all spaces, and then add the manager. So now Mac and SiteCrafter will have access to manage pretty much all the spaces on this system. Okay, and then over here on the emails, you may want to go in and set your from email, from name and from email, and then reply and so on. And these are just your basic email templates that is sent just in case you're not using Fluent CRM. Okay, so I think in a nutshell, this is our complete website now. If I go to my portal, even if I go home here, you can see now that this is a fully functional website. So you can go in here, and since this is a template, you can go in and customize all this. It's all up to you what you want to customize here. And we have the about page. You can go in and customize the contents of the about page as well. Okay, so here we have our memberships, and again, this is our memberships. Become a free member, VIP, and we have our blog here, contact, login, and community. So as you can see, this is a fully fledged site, and this is the best way to set it all up, because it has everything all included, including all the automations and how to make this really functional. Now, what I've shown you here is something that I went through before, or I was trying to set up Divi University, and right now it's flawless. I used to spend so much time responding to emails, responding to things not working well, but with this automation, it is perfect. So I highly recommend you set it up this way. But of course, this is the starting point. You can go in and add more things on top of what I've done. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again in the next one. Take care.